Hello everyone. I am very excited today because it is the start of the Christmas season. Today we will shop for a Christmas tree at a local farm store. We might even buy a couple of handmade wreaths there. And because I always put the Christmas tree in my parlor, we need to thoroughly clean that room. But before we head out, I want to make some chocolate chunk cookies with fresh mint that we can enjoy for a tea time treat this afternoon. So let's head into the kitchen. If you have never had chocolate chunk cookies or even chocolate chip cookies with fresh mint, you must try it. The mint just gives the chocolate a super refreshing taste. It's sort of like Girl Scout Thin Mint cookies. And the cookies are delicious any time of the year, but I especially love them at Christmas time. They make great Christmas cookies and great Christmas gifts. So I'm just pulling off the leaves from a bunch of mint here, and then we will coarsely chop the leaves. I developed this recipe back in 2015, and I will post a link to that recipe in the description box below. I can transfer the mint to a bowl until I need it. Yeah, chocolate and mint go together like Santa and his reindeer. And since I'm in the mood for chopping, you might as well chop the chocolate. So I need 1 cup or about 170 grams of chocolate. And you could use chocolate chips here. You could use store-bought chocolate chunks. I'm going to use these chocolate bars that I bought at Tierra Farm. So I have 70% Bolivian dark chocolate here, and I have 62% dark chocolate cacao nib crunch. Hope there are no nuts in this. Are there nuts? No. I need some flour. Hi, Goldie. My cat is hanging out with us in the kitchen today. What is this? 1.5 cups of plain flour, also known as all-purpose flour. Salt, about 1/2 teaspoon. Baking soda, about 1/4 teaspoon. And just whisk to combine the dry ingredients. And we can set this aside. And then in another bowl, I'm going to combine 1/3 cup of white sugar and 1/2 cup of light brown sugar, well packed. And to the 2 sugars, I will add 1/2 of the chopped mint. And then we rub the sugars and the mint together until the sugars become very fragrant. I have to tell you, this smells just heavenly. It also smells very Christmassy. Set aside. Then I need my stand mixer, or you could use electric beaters here. And I want to mention that I really love this cord holder that you and I attached to this KitchenAid mixer. When was that? A week ago? 2 weeks ago? Helps keep this cord nice and organized. And I need softened butter. This is a half cup or 113 grams. And to the butter, I will add the 2 sugars with the mint. And then I'm going to beat the butter and sugars together until they turn light and fluffy. All right, we are looking good here. And by the way, this is just one of many holiday cookies that we will be making this month. So I hope you will stay tuned to see other recipes. Now I need to add 1 large egg and a splash of pure vanilla extract. This is the extract that you and I made together about a year ago. It too makes a terrific homemade Christmas gift. This mixture looks just fantastic. Now at low speed, I'm going to beat in the flour bit by bit, just until the flour disappears into the batter. And now I can detach the paddle attachment and the work bowl, because we need to fold in the chocolate chunks and the remaining mint. Now, the reason we are folding in the mint is because we don't want it to be pulverized by the stand mixer or by electric beaters. In other words, I want streaks of mint to show in these cookies. Makes them look very festive. I'm going to form these cookies into 1-inch diameter balls and space them 2 inches apart on my baking tray. You don't have to bake all of the cookies at one go. You can form them and freeze them unbaked. And then, when you want chocolate chunk cookies with fresh mint, you can have them on demand. So I have 20 formed cookies over here. The remaining cookies I will form and freeze so that I can have chocolate chunk cookies with fresh mint on demand. And I may actually make these cookies a little bigger. I'm going to flatten these cookies just slightly. So these smaller cookies will be for the afternoon tea crowd, and the larger cookies will be for the Kevin needs a midnight snack. And I'm going to pop the large cookies into the freezer. I'm going to put the smaller cookies in the refrigerator for now while we preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And into the oven they go, 12 minutes for soft cookies, 15 minutes for crisp. These cookies look terrific and they smell just heavenly. I'm going to let them cool on the pan for a couple of minutes, and then I will transfer them to wire racks. And while we wait for the cookies to cool completely, we can head to the farm store to shop for a Christmas tree. Here at the berry farm, Christmas is just getting started. The farm's owner, Joe Gilbert, and his soon-to-be daughter-in-law, Alexia, are busy making wreaths. Joe and I will head out to the field to select a Christmas tree. The ceiling in my parlor is 12 feet in height, so I'm hoping to find a tree that is about 10 feet tall.
Changing, oh Christmas tree, thy leaves are so unchanging. Not only green when summer's here, but also when it's cold and drear. Oh Christmas tree, thy leaves are so unchanging. Oh Christmas tree.
I ended up selecting a 10-foot balsam fir. Mercifully, Joe will deliver the tree later this afternoon. A tree this tall and wide would not easily fit on the roof of my tiny car. Also, as you can see by the way I'm walking here, the tree is extremely heavy.
Brings to us such joy and glee. Oh Christmas tree, such pleasure do you bring me.
And here's the tree on my front porch. Tomorrow, when we start our huge Christmas decorating job, the tree will come into the parlor. We are home again, but before I can try one of our cookies, I need to deep clean the parlor. Deep cleaning the parlor begins with cleaning out the fireplace. I use this fireplace almost every evening in winter. Then I dust the ceiling and walls with a microfiber dust mop. The mop has an extendable handle that allows me to easily dust the highest areas of the room. I use a ladder and a handheld cordless vacuum to thoroughly clean the window hangings. We're hosting a big holiday gathering here in mid-December, so I want everything in this house, including the window hangings, to be in tip-top condition. To clean the mirrors in the room, I use the white-green cloth. The cloth uses only water, and the mirrors dry without any streaking. The mirror I'm cleaning now is from the late 19th century. The tall mirror you see here is from the early or maybe the mid-19th century. The reflecting glass does show its age, but I still love it. Now we can tidy up the self-serve bar station. It's nothing more than a Victorian-era marble-top table. Thankfully, marble is very easy to clean. I will return only the basic self-serve bar items to the table. Other tables in the room will be thoroughly dusted and oiled. I'm rubbing the antique wood tables in the room with walrus oil. I use this same product to preserve and protect my cutting boards. I can link the cleaning supplies I'm using today in the description below if you are interested. After I vacuum the upholstered furniture, I will vacuum and mop the floors. Then we can light a fire, brew some tea, and enjoy our cookies. At last, it's time for tea and cookies. This is Darjeeling autumnal tea, one of my favorites. And here are the cookies. Well, this is enough cookies for a start. This tea is very hot and very delicious. And now, for the moment I have been waiting for, chocolate chunk cookies with fresh mint. Incredibly delicious. And honestly, if you have never tried even a standard chocolate chip cookie to which you've added fresh mint, I hope you will do so right away. Once you have tried a chocolate chip or chocolate chunk cookie with fresh mint, I don't think you will ever go back to just regular chocolate chip cookies. Thank you so much for spending time with me today as we shopped for a Christmas tree, and we deep cleaned this parlor, and we made these delicious cookies. And again, I will post the printable recipe in the description box below. And in the next episode, we are going to do a huge decorating project. We're going to decorate this old house for the holidays, and I hope you will watch. And until then, please treat yourself very, very well. Please make these cookies, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye for now, friends.